Welcome to the week one overview. In this video each week, I'm going to provide you a very brief overview of what you should expect for the week. I just want to do this to make sure that there are no surprises. I want everything to be very straightforward. And yeah, so let's get started. First of all, I want you to go into Flipgrid. Again, I can't stress enough how important it is for me to be able to see your face and interact with you in some way, given that this is an online asynchronous course. So go on there, give a very brief introduction to yourself and your research. We all want to know who's in this class and how we have some maybe connections and research interests. So please do that. And then answer these questions. Why introduction sections are important, what you expect to find in an introduction, and what makes an introduction ineffective. It's really important to do this right away, early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, during the weekend. In order to gear up for the rest of the week, it's important to understand what you currently know in order to build on that knowledge. So do that early in the week so that the rest of the content can trickle in and your classmates have time to respond to you, because you should respond to at least 2 classmates each week. So 1 post, 2 responses. And then this week, we are going to be looking at introduction sections. I like to start with introduction sections, but it helps me conceptualize my entire argument. In the pre-course content, we talked about take-home messages, and those take-home messages should be realized, should be brought to the forefront in your introduction section so that we can understand how are you placing your research in the field and ultimately contributing to existing literature. So, and once you have that bigger picture, we can then go into the other parts of a research article. Now, that's how I structured this course. And in the future, when you're writing your next manuscript, you might find it better to start with other sections, and that's totally fine. For example, I actually do outline my introduction, really delve into the literature, but then start writing my methods section because that's the most fresh in my mind. But introduction sections, again, contain the entire argument and the conceptualization, and that's why we're going to start it today. Now, each week I'm going to be introducing you to goals and strategies that we use to write each section of a research article. So in an introduction section, from the applied linguistics standpoint, there are 3 overarching goals that we're trying to accomplish in an introduction. You're going to learn about these goals in a set of videos. These videos, just like the videos that you saw earlier, are short. They're meant to be short and sweet so that they're manageable, but they are definitely going to set you up for success in this course because these videos help you to conceptualize the writing style in your field. Of course, my ultimate goal is for you to become an independent researcher that is constructed through the use of many different tools and strategies, thus becoming, your own researcher identity. And I want to foster that, but this is just one way of writing research that I'm going to be showing you throughout this whole semester, and I hope that you find it beneficial. So each week, or each section, we're going to have a learning period where you're learning these techniques, and then you're going to have a writing period where you are actually writing your section for submission. This first week is about learning. So we have learning about goal 1, goal 2, and goal 3 that are followed up by some quizzes so that you can analyze writing and categorize that based off of a framework so you have a better overarching understanding of this process that I'm going to be introducing to you. This first week, this process may seem a little bit abstract, and that's totally okay. As you get more and more experience, you'll become more concrete what you're looking for. And this is just like any other skill. When you're learning to write, writing is a skill, but what I'm doing is to teach you the skill of reading in order to write. So this takes practice, and we're going to do a lot of practice in this class and then ultimately transfer that practice into actual writing. Practice continues in our model article annotation task. So all of you have put together at this point a corpus, and in that corpus you have at least one model article. That model article may change as you go along in the semester. For example, you might have one article that is a great model for an introduction section, but then later on you might change your model because there's another model that is better or more representative of what you want to do for methods, for example. Today you're going to be looking at one introduction section and annotating it in Wrangler. Wrangler is a technology that my team and I have been developing for quite a while. It's still developing, but you are one of the first to be using Wrangler 2.0, and so we're so excited to have you explore this technology. We really want you to provide us feedback if you ever experience any bugs or glitches, because again, we are in developing the developing stage. Yeah, research and development right now. So anyway, go into Wrangler. You'll annotate in Wrangler for these goals and strategies that you're going to be learning about, and then your progress will be saved automatically. But I still want you to reflect on that process, and so I want you to provide some answers to Canvas. Now, the idea of doing this annotation task is for you to visualize the overall argument structure of a model article in order to learn how you might want to structure your argument. And I'll talk more about that in the assignment sheet and also the tutorial for Wrangler. And then also in Wrangler, you're going to go a step further and you're going to look at the actual language features, these language templates that I'm going to be talking about in the videos. These templates will enable you to explicitly and clearly communicate your communicative intent. So if you are intending to express that your research is important in the field, then how are you going to explicitly state that? Or if you're going to say there's a problem, how are you going to state a problem without making your readers read between the lines in order to understand that there's actually a problem here? So we're going to be talking about the importance of language and how that helps to bring together your thoughts in terms of your goals and your strategies that you will use to communicate your argument. And then you will be recording these ideas in Wrangler that again will be saved automatically. So that is this week. Next week, we are going to be working on outlining one-on-one conferences and then drafting your first section of your manuscript, which would be your introduction section. So if you are looking for something to do, you want to work ahead, you can begin outlining your introduction section. Take a look at the syllabus if you want to see the assignment sheet or know more, or you can always email me and see me in my office hours. Other than that, happy writing, and we will see you online.